Welcome, Weirdos. It's Thursday. My name is Sarah, and I am joined, as always, by...
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Chris.
And we have a guest.
I'm Lorence.
And this podcast is for Weirdos. So we have our friend Lorence. We're actually starting the episode now. Lorence is here. Lorence is me and Chris's SCA friend as well. It's the like 3 months of SCA friends because you had Merwin
And then
last
probably a
month,
fourth
and now
month.
you have Lorence. And guess what? You're having Merwin again in a month. But Lorence is here to talk about something. He brought a topic.
He did.
What
Yes.
did you?
Lorence, what are we
did you bring?
talking about?
Well, probably a little bit different. I wanted to know if I could, instead of jumping straight into the topic and asking you guys what you know,
Okay.
start with a short,
Of
dramatized story.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, so, a short story before we begin. It's a spring night in April.
Oh.
You're a teenager driving your friends home after a night of hanging out. It's a dark and heavily wooded road. The only source of light is your car's headlights. They shine in front of you, giving you sight of the street and the stone half walls that follow both sides, with nothing but the trees and darkness beyond. You drive by a creek, and your eyes are drawn to something ahead of you. It crawls upon the half wall, a section where you see bits and pieces of rock have broken off of the structure. You think it looks like a dog for only a brief moment. That moment quickly fades as it turns its head in your direction, and your headlights reveal more of its form. It's small, maybe no more than 4 feet tall, 4 limbs that end in long hand-like appendages that clutch the stone beneath it. It has a white, melon-like head with rough skin, no ears, no mouth, and no nose. Just 2 eyes with an orange glow that follow you as you drive by. And then it's gone. You've driven past it, the exchange lasting only seconds where you saw it, and it saw you. Your friends, however, didn't see it. The creature is still heavy in your mind as you return home, and you make a rough sketch of what you can remember it looked like. You make a police report to the Dover police station, speak to Associated Press and local news outlets, and an investigator about what you saw. And a month later, you're reported to be one of 3 other teenagers that saw the same creature near the same location across 2 nights. This is the sighting of what is now known as the Dover Demon. So, Weirdos, what do you know about the Dover Demon?
I know
Nothing.
that very, very early in the podcast, I went, I'm going to cover the Dover Demon. And I looked at its Wikipedia page, and I went, never mind. Because, like you said, it's like a very niche, like limited thing.
3 people saw it.
3 people. It's
From
like
the story.
It's like Weirdos. If you're interested in the Flatwoods Monster, it's gonna get covered, but be prepared. It's short because it's like it was seen once by one group. So yeah, that like I don't know a ton. I didn't dive super deep into it because I was like, this is the shortest Wikipedia article I've ever looked at in my life.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have gone further than there, but if the Wikipedia article is a paragraph, the hope for finding more is slim.
Yeah.
Don't I know?
Yeah, so
Don't
like
I know.
Don't we know? So yeah, I was like, I don't know a ton about it because I was like, I'm not going any further with this research. But I know like it is a niche little guy.
Yeah.
Where is it?
We were all looking around to see if there's one on the walls
I have
while
a picture,
you were telling the
don't
story.
worry,
Oh.
because it was an entire exhibit at the International
Cryptozoology
Cryptozoology
Museum.
Museum.
Yes.
Crazy.
It had well, it wasn't a big exhibit, but it had its own little case.
Yes.
Right.
And because the curator of that museum was one of the initial responder cryptozoologists to that case.
Whoa.
That's cool, Zach.
That's cool.
I think.
I got you,
Yep.
buddy.
Yep.
So that's entirely why, because if anybody's going to know the most about it, it would be that man.
Yeah.
I will tell.
Which we will most likely be talking about
I will
him.
tell
Sure we
all
will
of our listeners. Last night, 9:45.
Oh.
I get a message from Lawrence with the name of a cryptozoologist, and he goes, "How do you feel about this guy? Do I need to be taking his information with a grain of salt?" And I was like, "No, that's a good one. That's a good guy.
That's a good
He's
guy.
written like 40 cryptozoology books or something.
Which
Like
guy?
He has a lot.
Lauren, what is his last name?
Lauren Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah, Lauren Coleman is the curator of the International
Yes.
Right.
Zoology.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
like him.
We like
do
him. He's good. He's good
Yes.
people.
So as a forewarning, as Sarah said, much of what I found is pretty minimum. It comes from 3 sources: a local news article reporting on the sighting back in 1977,
That's cool.
called the Holyoke Daily Transcript, an article from the Boston Globe in 2006 covering the sighting decades later and talking to one of the actual witnesses,
Ooh.
and a book written by Lauren Coleman titled Monsters of Massachusetts. The name Dover Demon was actually coined by Lauren after investigating the sightings.
I may own that book.
Monsters of Massachusetts.
Monsters of Mass. I may have gotten it when I was in Boston, but I don't know because we didn't go to bookstores when I was in Boston. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah, so it's not a lot of information, but it's what I got. And fair warning, this may be a shorter episode. There were a total of 3 sightings in Dover, Massachusetts, a small town about 15 miles southeast of Boston.
How many?
3 sightings total.
How many miles south of
Oh,
Boston?
15 miles.
Not very far.
Yes, not far
Close.
at all. Very
Like
close.
us.
Suburb.
It's a burb.
But the area, I actually looked on it on Google
Yeah.
Maps, did like a street view of everything. It's very like heavily wooded and with like probably
Crazy.
houses
Yeah.
spaced even more
Yeah.
than what you see around here.
Yeah.
All right. So our first sighting is Bartlett's sighting. William, a.k.a. Bill Bartlett, was a 17-year-old junior high schooler who saw the creature on April 21st, 1977, at around 10:30 p.m. while driving on Farm Street in Dover, Massachusetts. The creature was on top of a broken stone wall. I thought it was a dog, but when it looked back at me with bright orange eyes, I knew it wasn't a dog, he said. Bill was traveling with 2 friends of his, Mike Mazzocca and Andy Brody, driving north when he spotted it. Coleman describes it in more detail in his book, referencing Bill's words. It had 2 large, round, glassy, lidless eyes, shining brightly like 2 orange marbles.
That was so many adjectives.
Yes. Its watermelon-shaped head, resting at the top of a thin neck, was fully the size of the rest of its body.
What?
The creature was thin, except for its oversized head, and had long, spindly arms and legs and large hands and feet.
Gross.
The skin was hairless and peach-colored and appeared to have a rough texture like wet sandpaper.
Peach, like which part? Like the outside of a peach? The peach flesh?
So with
don't
with the
like
description of the
Or, like,
other sightings,
skin tone.
it's almost skin tone.
Okay.
Like more on like that orangey tannish.
Okay, so like a peach
Coloration.
crayon.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything about this guy sucks. I hate every word that was used to describe this creature. Like I've seen pictures of the like artist rendering of it, and I'm like,
You know, I'm currently looking at pictures.
the way that you feel about the Fresno Nightcrawler.
I literally just whispered that. This is Nightcrawlery, and Chris does not like it.
Like
No,
like the one behind.
yeah, like the one that's right behind Chris that we put behind Chris because it's funny because he doesn't like them.
Because we're mean friends.
Specifically, like the way that you feel about the Nightcrawler, I feel about how this has been described. I do not.
Yeah, reading it, I was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's-
Yeah,
Gross.
it was one of those that I was like, okay, yeah, the eyes, and then you just kept going. There were more and more words to describe those eyes, and I was
You
like,
know, really, it's the spindle fingers that I don't like.
I also don't like that it has a watermelon-sized head that is as big as the rest of its body.
Yeah, I don't like that the head is equal
Why
to
did
the
God?
rest of it.
You know, like I said during the Jersey Devil, like, why did God do this to you? about the Jersey Devil looking the way that it does.
Yeah.
Like, who let you look like this?
Who let
Who
you out
made
of
it
the house
this
like
way?
that?
Who let you out of the house like that? Did your mother not tell you to look in a mirror
Yeah.
before you left the room? Please keep telling us
No,
more.
you're good. So,
Horrible critter.
unfortunately, neither of his friends who were in the car with him had seen the creature.
That's crazy.
Mike had been paying attention to his side of the road, and Andy was just talking to Mike.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're driving fast enough, a passenger's not going to see what the driver sees.
Yeah. So when they noticed that Bill was terrified, he explained what he saw. They tried to tell him to turn the car around so they could see it too, but Bill refused.
Absolutely not. We're not going to go look at that.
That would
And
be.
Bill would survive the horror movie.
Yep.
You know who
Correct.
That's
wouldn't?
why all three of them
You know
survived.
who
Yeah.
wouldn't? Us.
Yeah, we'd go, let's go look.
Well, no, like spoiler for an episode that's coming out in a month.
Oh.
Earlier, we were doing an Estes method with Merowyn. This is not her like topic. She did a topic too. She was listening, and I was sitting in the middle of the couch, and I was next to Mackenzie, and we both heard, like, fully in the room, like a heartbeat. Like we
Whoa.
heard like bump 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 bump,
Whoa.
and like we immediately were like, "What was that?" Right? Like if we were in a car in that situation, we would be like, "Everyone, look right now at this weird thing that I'm seeing." No one would miss it. There would be no turning around
There would
because
be-
no one would have missed it. There would have been shrieking.
We don't know how to be calm about anything.
We don't need to be. We don't know how to be calm.
I don't
ever.
know. Most times, because I've seen weird shit on the side of the road that, like,
That's fair.
there's one thing I have not told y'all that I saw.
When?
I'm not gonna.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
But now I need to know.
It was one of the ones we don't talk about.
Oh.
I saw it with my eyeballs.
No, thank you.
And when
Was
I'm
it-
driving faster now,
Was it when you were over there? Okay.
it was on the way home from something in the dark. I was
Okay.
coming home from somewhere.
Elsewhere. Okay. Yeah. No. Well, because like Chris, I don't even remember where this fucking was. I'm leaving this in. We were literally. He was leaving my house, and I go inside,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he backs up down my street. Like he had driven halfway out, wrong way, halfway out the street. He's backing back down, and I go, "Are you okay?" And he he's rolled his window down. And he goes, "There's something in the sky," and me and him
Ooh,
both just
ooh.
fucking watched. It was a plane.
It
Oh.
ended up being.
It
an
ended up
airplane.
being a plane. It did not look like a plane. The light
Oh.
was wrong.
Okay.
When we saw it, and it was flying in a weird way that didn't make sense. And then it got past a tree, and we thought it fucking disappeared. And then it came out from behind another tree that it was behind, and it was just a regular ass airplane. But it's like, yeah, no. I was like, what is it? And he was just like, there's something in the sky, very calmly.
That would terrify
This
me.
is a man. This is a man who's been haunted by UFOs.
I've seen so many things, and like, no.
Yep.
If I see something on the road, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying shit. I'm speeding up.
Oh well, if I'm in the car, you're getting told to look at stuff.
That's fine.
Hi, Amber. I think you still listen to this podcast. I don't know if you do. If you do, hi, hello, I love you. My childhood friend Amber. We were driving somewhere in high school, very similar to this. Like we were high school kids,
Yeah.
driving around at night, and she screamed. We're on a country road in the Waco area. She screams, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
And I look at it, and both of us, dead ass, thought we saw a human head on the side of the road. And she went past it, turned around, came back, nothing was there.
Oh no,
It
no.
was the worst thing that
that.
has ever happened.
Oh my.
I guess
Gosh.
there was a time that you and I were driving. We were coming back to the house. It was dark.
Yeah.
We were in the truck, and you were driving. And I go, "What the fuck is that?" There was something in the road. It was a coyote.
It was a coyote.
As we got closer, we're like, "Oh, it's a coyote." But
We
I
also
was
thought-
like, "What is that?"
We also thought there was a person in the ditch, and it was a mailbox because we're both blind. We were like, what is that shadow? And then the headlights hit it, and we were like, oh,
Yeah, it's a mailbox.
it's a mailbox. Anyway.
Well,
So, yeah, you should scream if you see something weird when you're driving.
Yeah.
kind of similar to what you were just saying with you said Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually turned back.
They did.
Because they convinced him finally to turn back, and his friends started calling out into the darkness, saying
Don't do
things
that.
like, "Come on, creature," and "I want to see you," while Bill was trying to get them to stop.
Bill's trying to turn the child locks on his car, which don't exist because it's the 70s. Trying to turn on the window locks. He's like, shut up.
Bill survives a horror movie. His friends do not.
No.
Friends get him killed.
Yeah, friends get him killed. Bill is the friend who's like, we should go home. And they're like, no, it's fine. It was just the wind. And then they all die.
Yep.
So nothing came out of the woods to approach them, however, and he later dropped his friends off at home afterwards. Bill was the first to report the sighting to police and had provided them with a sketch of what he saw.
Ooh.
The same sketch is now the most common image you'll see when looking up the Dover Demon. So I'll pan my phone around if you want to see it.
Yeah, it's that one. I hate him.
Bad.
I'm
So bad.
I hate him. Why does he look that way? We'll put it on the Instagram. Actually, I can put it on screen. He'll send it to us.
Yeah. So it's also, just a side note, a really good sketch to go off of memory.
It really is.
Yeah, it is an impressive sketch.
So Bartlett was a member of the Boston's Copley Art Society, a well-known amateur arts guild.
Nice.
Well, that's cool.
And he wrote alongside his sketch, I, Bill Bartlett, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature.
A stack,
A stack of them.
not one.
Yep.
Stack 'em
Whole
up.
stack of
A
them.
whole
like,
stack.
like 7 of them. As many Bibles as I could find.
I got every Bible in town, and I swore on them. I saw the Dover Demon.
I saw some.
Also, the way that he says "I swear on a stack of Bibles" does make me feel like he's standing upon them, or like sitting on them, like it's a tower
Yeah.
that he's
Yeah.
on, and
It-
not like a normal just putting his hand.
It
down
also
in
fully is
situation.
like, yeah, this kid is 17.
yeah, this is a child.
All right. The next sighting we have is Baxter's sighting. On the same night,
What?
only 2 hours later, John Baxter, 15, was walking home from his girlfriend's house along Miller Hill Road. He saw someone approaching him in the darkness along the road, and due to their height, John thought it was a younger acquaintance of his, M.G. Bouchard, who lived on that street. He called out to him, "MG, is that you?" There was no response. They continued to approach each other until the figure stopped about 25 feet away.
I don't like it.
He called out once more, asking, "Who is that?" and tried getting closer so he could see them properly.
Who are you?
The figure then bolted to the side, running down a wooded gully, reaching the opposite bank on the other side. John followed for a little bit and stopped at the edge of the gully, where he saw that it was not a person. It stood on 2 legs about 30 feet away, its feet molded around a rock it stood upon, and long fingers of both hands were wrapped around a nearby tree trunk about 8 inches in diameter. John described it as...
Wrapped around?
Yes, wrapped around.
No.
So this
Fingers
thing
are wrapped
has
around.
hands for hands and hands for feet, and I hate it. And it's got
It's
long,
bad.
gripping the stone
Horrible.
with its feet and gripping a tree trunk.
I-
It is gripping.
I
the
don't
stone
like
with,
the words that you're saying.
It is gripping the stone with its bottom hands and a tree with its top hands.
Yeah. So John described it as monkey-like, except for its head, which he said was like a figure 8. Its eyes, 2 lighter spots in the middle of its head, were looking right at John.
What the fuck does that mean?
He's 15. Calm down.
And that's when it clicked that he hadn't seen or heard anything like this before.
That's when.
Feeling frightened of what it might do, he backed away slowly onto the street and continued onto the street, getting away as far as he could, and soon caught a ride home from a couple of locals that were driving in the area.
He said, "I'm not walking anymore. Help me.
He said, please get,
Someone take me home.
put me in a vehicle.
I'm scared."
He also drew a sketch of the creature, though was not aware at all of Bartlett's own sighting until days later. I could not find reliable sources on the drawing made by Baxter, so take this with a grain of salt. But here are the images that claim to be Baxter's original drawing and a photo of John Baxter holding it. So here's Baxter's drawing.
That's just an alien. He's drawn an alien.
Yeah.
He's drawn a
15
gray
and
alien.
not part of an art group.
He's drawn a graylien.
Yeah. That's
A Graylien?
A Graylien.
A Graylien.
Yep.
A gray alien.
That's just the Hopkinsville.
Have you seen this man?
That's just the
He's doing
Hopkinsville.
to John Baxter
I
Boobs.
forgot it was the 70s.
Oh my god.
Good.
about holding the photo. And lastly, we have Brabham sighting. Probably the shortest in detail of the three.
What was the name?
Brabham. Brabham. Brabham.
Okay. I don't know.
Bravo.
So the final witness to the Dover demon is Abby Brabham, 15 years old. Her sighting occurred the next day, about 24 hours after Baxter's, also around midnight.
Ew.
April 22nd. Abby was in the car with her boyfriend, Will Tainter. So Will was driving along Springdale Avenue when Abby had spotted something to their left, lit by the headlights of the vehicle. It was crouched on all fours and facing the car. She also described it as thin and monkey-like with a large oblong head. No nose, ears, or mouth, and had a brown/tan hairless body. A big difference, though, is that she says the eyes that she saw glowed green, and did not ever change her statement after finding out about Bartlett's sighting, saying that they were orange.
Huh.
Will had only briefly spotted it and was only able to describe a large head and tan body, and it asked Abby for more detail. So, those are the 3 sightings.
Abby, I hope you didn't marry Will.
A key thing to note, and why I stated specific streets, is that in Lauren's investigation, Lauren Coleman's, all 3 sightings were fairly close to each other. He states that the location of each sighting are roughly 1.2 miles apart, totaling a distance of almost 2.4 miles in a semi-linear path. And I've taken the time to actually mark the approximate locations on Google Maps and show on there.
Lawrence is out here doing the real work.
I was like, wow, you're better than all of us.
That's amazing.
So I'll provide this on there, but bottom left is the first sighting with Bartlett, middle is Baxter, and last one is Brabham.
That is a hauntingly straight line. Like, it's not a perfect line, but it is a pretty, like,
Yeah.
beep, boop, bop. It traveled.
And all of them were also seen near water. So for the public response and reactions, the initial response from police was quite short and simple. They took the reports from the 3 teens, drawings included, and searched the area for anything of what the 3 teens described. They didn't find anything and publicly proclaimed to news outlets that reports on this creature are likely nothing more than a school vacation hoax.
Poor teenagers.
I don't know about
believe
that.
teenagers.
Listen to teens when they tell you they saw
Listen
weird
to children. Listen to teens.
It doesn't sound like those kids probably talk to each other.
No.
Like,
If the oldest is 17 and was with
Again.
his 2 buddies, and the other 2
Like-
are 15.
yeah.
Like we said in the Ariel School episode, if their stories are similar but a little bit different, they didn't get together to make it up.
Yes.
Correct.
And
so
also the
stories
last one
would
is
be identical.
24 hours after the first report, and none of them knew that they had reported the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of them saw orange eyeballs and one of them saw green eyeballs, and she did not change her story after hearing about the other guys.
Yeah.
The only caveat
Believe totally.
of that claim by the police was a comment from the police chief at the time on Bill Bartlett's report. Chief Carl Sheridan said, "The only thing that worries me is the story of Bill Bartlett. He describes him as an outstanding artist and a reliable witness. What exactly made Bill's testimony more reliable in the chief's eyes,
He was
I
17.
personally could only speculate. He was older.
He was older. One of them was a girl.
Yeah.
So it's
In
the
the
70s.
70s.
Yes. Two 15-year-olds and
yeah.
one 17-year-old.
2 15-year-olds. One of those 15-year-olds is a
girl.
girl, which it is the 70s. It is the 70s. So
Yes.
like she's a 15-year-old girl. What does she know? Her head's full of butterflies. That's me, a 70s white
Impersonating.
man talking, not me, Sarah, saying that. And then the other one was also a 15-year-old, and he was walking home from a friend's house at nighttime. So they're probably like, hooligan. He's a hooligan. He's out here being hooligan, doing hooligan shit.
Yep.
Yeah. That would be like my assumption of why they're like, oh yeah, no, he's a more reliable witness. He's basically an adult.
Yeah.
Well, and probably also because he went back and rechecked the area.
Like he did go back.
And
He
the
turned
other two
around.
were
He
like,
didn't
"Run
want to
away!"
turn around.
Yep.
Yeah.
And despite, his friends maybe not even believing him, he was still adamant on...
Right. He went and reported it to the police right away.
Yep.
And again, his is the first report.
Yeah.
So there's, Abby said she didn't see his report. She could have heard it. Great friend song.
She could.
No, so the police reports actually were not made public until about a week later.
Okay.
Okay.
So no, at least
Okay.
from the
I mean-
police, no one knew
Okay.
about them until
Like,
at
right.
that point.
Kids talk, but I don't know. And like word travels fast in a small town.
Yeah.
But
But
what days of the week were these on? Do you have that?
These, oh gosh, I do not. It
Because
was
it was
during
April-
vacation, 21st and 22nd of 1977.
Because if they weren't at school,
Yes.
word traveling fast is like not as much of a thing.
Yeah,
'cause
this is
it's
also-
not like they have social media. They don't
Yep.
have phones.
This is a time
like,
before social media, phones.
Like word travels fast. I
It
fully
was a Thursday to Friday.
but he said it was a school vacation.
Yes, it was a
So
week long
it
vacation.
may have been their spring break.
Right, but I'm
Yes.
just saying it's a Thursday. It's
Yeah.
a Thursday night and then a Friday.
Yeah. So
Yep.
it's not a like weekend thing where it wouldn't have traveled at school. But also if
Yeah.
it was a school vacation, they weren't at school.
Yep.
they weren't at school. Too.
And that is where word travels at this point.
yeah,
So like I don't know. I believe them.
I know. I 100%
Yeah.
believe them, and I believe it's something weird
Yeah.
because like the whole time you've been describing, I'm flipping through types of primates in my head, going, is there anything that has a big enough head that this could be? That it could be like a mistaken identity of somebody's weird fucking exotic pet got out.
That is one theory, which we will discuss later.
Is it I'm gonna guess a theory.
Okay.
Is it a primate with hydrocephalus? Is that the
I
theory?
did not see anything about.
Shocking.
Because
Or like mange.
well no for the head. Hydrocephaly is the
Oh.
thing that makes your head swollen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big
and,
brain.
and primates can get that. It's water on the brain, and because it's a thing that, like we can get it. It's an ape thing. So like I wonder if primates are able to get hydrocephaly.
Because the body to me screams gibbon.
Yeah, it does sound like a gibbon.
It sounds like a gibbon. They
Gibbon?
got long
I'm gonna look up
fucking
if
hands.
primates
They're
can get
freaky
hydrocephalus.
guys. freaky guys.
Rhesus monkeys with late onset hydrocephalus differ from non-impaired animals during neonatal neurobehavioral assessments.
Do they have pictures?
No. But there is a case of monkeys having hydrocephalus.
All right.
Yeah.
It's also could be not a monkey.
Yeah.
It could be. No, I'm just saying, like, as I could see.
Of what people theorize
Like,
as
as
the explanation.
With something that can stand up on 2 feet.
I
and
need you to tell me that none of the theories are owls.
We'll get to that.
Shit.
I'm leaving the room.
So, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Lauren Coleman was
Our boy.
actually living in the area and managed to complete his interviews and initial investigation within the month after the first drawings were made. He found the drawings shared at a local country store a few weeks afterwards. There have been some vague reports of people following up after that, saying that they might have seen the Dover Demon or at least other strange things in the years prior, back to about 1972, but nothing as substantial or as detailed or even included in any police reports as the 3 sightings in 1977. Since then, no sightings have been reported. It's shown up in some popular media, though in wildly different forms. A popular one that I personally remember was a dramatized fictional encounter with the Dover Demon via the TV series Lost Tapes, in which Lauren Coleman actually appears.
Neat.
The Dover Demon also appears in the American comic book series Proof, in which it has the ability to see into the future. Other comic book versions it exists in is Perhaponauts, The Pound Ghoul's Night Out, and Hack/Entry Wound. I've never heard of these before.
These sound...
Did you say perhaponauts?
Perhaponauts, yeah.
We need to get copies of that to put on the wall.
like, a lot... These comics sound fantastic.
These
I
sound
would
like
to listen
really
to
good
listen
like
to them,
80s and
read
90s
them.
comics.
Perhaponauts did look really good. I think with Pound Ghoul's Night Out and then Hack/Entry Wound, they're unrelated to anything cryptology or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Perhaponauts is.
I was about to say
Perhaponauts introduces, I read a little bit about it, a lot of like cryptology and cryptids in their series.
I love it.
Now we need to get
need to
copies
find
of it
that.
so we can put them on the wall.
Yeah.
Add them to the background.
last appearance in popular media is probably the most popular that it's appeared in is as the inspiration for Peeny Weeny, aka Mr. Mantis Shrimp from Dandadan. I don't know how if anybody that knows
Really?
it. Yes, I don't know how you get Peeny Weeny from the Dover Demon.
That's crazy.
But apparently, the Dover Demon was the inspiration.
That's insane.
I love Dandadan.
So, onto
This is my
theories.
shocked face.
Onto theories and explanations. Any other thoughts before we move on?
No,
No.
please,
No, I
please.
hate this creature.
Right.
Creature?
Creature.
So, there's a few theories skeptics believe what is an explanation for what the teenagers saw that night. First, I wanted to present a comment from Lauren Coleman in one of the local news articles that you also sort of had that same mind connection. Interestingly, Lauren had stated that the drawings initially had reminded him a bit about the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the elongated limbs, general size, and glowing eyes. But
Yeah.
that's about where the similarities ended for him, though.
Yeah.
There
It
was
doesn't
no
have
evidence.
ears.
Yeah, there's no evidence or connection that was reported about any UFO sightings or anything of extraterrestrial nature that he could find.
And the goblins were never like quadrupedal. Like they were never like on,
They were
On all
fully
fours, yeah.
bipedal.
They were always on two legs.
But besides Chris, it's interesting because there's another man who apparently saw similarities. Could you guess who, Sarah?
Joe
Joe
Nickel.
Nickel. Maybe
It's
rest
Joe
in peace.
Nickel. And guess what he provides as an explanation for what the Dover Demon may be?
I'm leaving. I'm leaving the podcast. I quit. Goodbye, everybody. Is it a fucking owl?
Yes,
How?
it is owls.
Explain. Hey, Joe Nickel, you're
Again.
hey, Joe Nickel, you're dead. Explain to me how an owl has fingers, Joseph Nickel. I hate this man.
Specifically.
Did you hammer hard on this topic after you found that out? You were like, yeah, now I have to do it. Those owls.
There was a little bit of influence there whenever I saw the explanations.
I don't know how to make my body angrier. I hate it. I have to show you a hilarious merch idea that we came up with after this podcast is over.
You like almost the camera like threatening it like it's fucking owls again. All right. So, specifically he says it's possibly a snowy owl this time rather
This
than
is a different kind.
rather than a great horned owl like in the
I was about
his
to ask, is it a
explanation.
great horned owl?
So Joe Nickel believes the creature was likely a snowy owl based on size and plumage, which could have reflected in the yellow headlights of older cars, as the peach color described by Bartlett. In addition, the long, spindly arms and fingers of the supposed creature could be the partially open wings and the splayed feathers at the wingtips of a snowy owl.
Sorry. I hate this theory. It started with Mothman and I was like, okay. This is reasonable. This is a winged creature.
Yeah.
Fine.
And it is scary.
Right.
It is scary to see an owl.
Owls are freaky. And they don't make noise when they fly. Like that's a that's a thing about owls. Like it started with Mothman and I was like, okay. I disagree with you, and the science behind the experiment that they did in that Monster Quest episode was bad, but like I can understand this as a theory.
Right.
And then they said it was owls for Hopkinsville.
Yes,
and I went, a goblin? Wrong. And then the Jersey Devil was an owl. And you know what? That one time it was an owl. But every other time it was not an owl. That one time that they were like, these footprints. And I was like, that is a bird of some kind just hopping around on your roof. The whole Jersey Devil is not an owl. And now you're telling me that watermelon head, spindly body, spindly arms and feet. Owl? Joe Nickel, I have questions. You can't answer them because you're 6 feet under.
So I have a
But-
photo of a snowy owl.
Thank you. Does it have its wings splayed?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a little guy.
No. Wrong.
I guess.
Show me the fingers.
So yes, the main issue would be the fingers wrapped around a tree.
And wrapped around the rock at the same time.
The way that
And like spindly body.
yes, spindly body. The shape of the head is wrong. John described
If
it
the whole
as
owl was the head.
The
sure.
head.
No one described it flying. John described it specifically as running.
Running.
And
Owls don't run.
Yes, he also mentioned he heard its footsteps as it bolted down towards
Probably
the gully.
some gross slappy sound because it was by water.
And
I hate this theory.
the only thing would be the orange eyes, but then
Abby
saw green.
Lawrence, I can't believe that you brought me owls. I can't believe you've brought me this. What's the opposite of a present? What's the opposite of it? What's the opposite of a gift you give somebody? Like a oh, it's back. That thing. Look what the cat dragged in. It's another fucking owl.
He found the horse out back and drug it back for us
We're
to beat
re-beating
some
this
more.
dead horse. It's not dead. It keeps picking its head up.
Yeah, and then it also being on all fours as described by Abby and partially by Bartlett. I personally would not think it's an owl.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me another reason to be angry.
Do you have the names of the lakes or the water features near?
I have them on maps,
He has them on the map.
but let me see if it shows the names on there. It does not.
Why?
See, so the one that Baxter sighting is probably the most accurate approximation I have.
Okay.
If you look up, it's Miller Hill Road, where it meets Farm Street, in Dover, Massachusetts. There's a little gully there.
And in relation to,
He was walking north towards Farm Street at the time.
it's like southwest of Boston.
Lawrence is a liar.
Southwest, yes, that's my bad.
Guys, this whole time Lawrence has been lying.
I did say down to the left. Look at the map, and then not realizing that I said southeast.
You did say down and to the left, and
Yeah.
I know. And I
You know what? None of us caught it. Not one of us caught it.
Okay.
That's my B.
Place.
Did you find it?
Because southeast of Boston is ocean.
Right. It's the harbor.
It's the Cape.
It's the harbor. Boston Harbor.
So yeah, if you find Dover, you'll see Springdale Avenue going west immediately, and then that hits Farm Street.
I wonder if it was named after a guy named Ben.
What's
Yeah.
that?
She's making a dumb joke.
I just clicked.
Where it meets farm.
Yes,
Yes.
where it meets Farm Street. Follow that down, and then if you follow Farm Street, you'll see Miller Hill Road.
Yeah.
And then there is a little pond gully there, right next to it,
Got it.
on that intersection. And
What?
that's about where I believe the approximation for John Baxter sighting is, because he saw it go into the go around the goalie, around the bank on the opposite side.
What
What
is
you
your
thinking,
line of
bud?
inquiry? Share with the class.
Well, if they look like the Hopkinsville goblins, and we follow this track, and they live in fucking caves potentially, is there a cave system nearby
Oh, fair.
that some critters might live in?
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Because further south, somewhere south of a place called Easton, but east of a place called Norton.
Massachusetts is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Did you say south of a place called Easton and west of a place called Norton?
East.
East of a place called Norton.
Great.
There's a cave system called King Philip's Cave,
Great.
but
Interesting.
Anyway, it's
Yes.
not owls. My
So-
theory, not owls.
Not owls, I would agree.
Thank you.
The other theory that is popular, let me scroll back down, is a baby moose or foal. Illinois farmer and ufologist Martin Kottmeyer claims that the Dover demon was likely a misidentified baby moose, claiming that the placement of the eyes matches that of a moose. Due to the placement of its nostrils and mouth, you could mistakenly think it has no eyes or mouth. Lastly, their ears can be swept back and hidden behind the head, thus showing no visible ears. Let alone any arguments against that explanation of head shape. Others have countered that all sightings happened during the wrong time of the year for a moose that small to exist, accounting for the full season of a moose.
Yeah.
And that region of Massachusetts is far from its normal habitat.
Right. That's not where mooses live. Step 1, not where mooses live. Step 2, that's not when baby moose are.
Yes.
Like moose mamas are still pregnant at that point in April usually, because they have a later foaling season because of weather. Because babies are born in springtime usually. Sometimes they're born in fall, but regardless, wrong for mooses. Bad. I can see the head shape though.
Yes, so
the one kid described it as figure 8.
Here is the shape of here's a baby moose.
Yeah, that's really cute. I love that little guy.
Yeah.
Very cute.
The head shape I do see.
The head shape I do see. I don't see ears though.
Yes.
The ears
so the
wrong.
His description of it saying
they
they can fold their ears back.
They can
can
If
pin
they're
their
like
ears back.
scared or hiding or
Yeah.
something, I could see that. I could see also the spindly arms and the coloration.
The
I
It's-
don't see the fingies though.
Yes, no fingies at all whatsoever, and
They
being
don't
on
stand up.
and standing up, and then also being on like a stone wall.
I don't. The
Yeah.
baby moose are clumsy as
They're
shit.
dangly.
Like, there's no way that that's a moose. One no grippies. The lack of grippies is a problem,
Yeah, it doesn't have hands of any kind.
and this very clearly
Top
is
or
described as
bottom.
having grippies.
Fingers that
Fingers,
grip and
like, it's-
mold around.
And like the first guy, like very clearly was like it was like holding the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like walking on and holding on to a stone wall, which a moose
Would not do.
could not do.
Would not and could not.
baby one too.
A little guy.
Especially a little guy.
So a similar claim for a baby horse,
No.
while better for the area,
Wrong.
is also unlikely as no evidence of animal remains, tracks after birth, or missing newborn foals in the area was found by police or local investigators.
Yeah. Also, the head shape's wrong for a horse.
Yes.
The head shape for a baby horse is very not watermelon shape.
Very much.
Like I could see moose more, but yeah,
all
not-
bad.
definitely not a baby horse.
And so that's all I got then for the Dover Demon. Any final thoughts?
I cannot believe that there were owls.
I thought for sure you were safe from owls.
I hate that
I
I,
did
went.
too.
I hate that I went. Is it an owl? And you went. Just you wait. And I went. I was doing a joke. I was making a joke and doing a bit because I
always
was like,
owls.
"How on earth could this possibly be an owl?"
owls
and
and
the answer
sturgeon.
is because Joe Nickel was there. God,
But you know who didn't say it was owls? Lauren Coleman.
Lauren Coleman.
Yes.
I.
He also doesn't believe it was a baby moose.
I don't.
Right.
Well, no, he's gonna believe it's the thing that it is.
It's a weird
thing.
critter. I think it's odd. Like it's odd that that's it. It's odd that this is the only one, right? Like it's never been seen again.
Yeah.
But that also feels very like.
I don't know.
No, it was a weird thing because it's only been seen this one time, and it's not like a bunch of people misidentifying a baby moose or an owl or a horse
Like it
or a
really.
monkey with hydrocephalus.
Yeah. It's like really, really reminds me of the Kelly Hopkinsville goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That second
like-
drawing that you showed us, I was like,
It was
Him?
there and it disappeared. It didn't happen again.
Right.
Which
is true there. Maybe they're the same ones. Maybe they're moving east.
yeah,
Yeah, east.
could be.
I was
don't
like,
know.
did I go the
But
right
there was
direction?
only the one, and there were many.
yeah.
There could have
At
been,
least 3, right?
there could have been
Yeah.
2
Could have been.
because
Two
there's
what?
2 Dover demons.
Green-
because there's
green
green
eyes
eyes,
versus
and
orange.
orange
Yes.
eyes. So it could have
Yeah,
been 2,
it could have been 2 different
or
guys.
it could have been one of them. It could have been like, oh, this one has orange glowing eyes. It has orange glowing eyes, and the green could be eye shine off of
Yeah.
the headlights.
Yeah.
Because the second kid didn't
He was
say
wa-
what the eyes looked like, right?
No.
No, he just said that there was. Let me get his words.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't mention eyes. I don't think
He did
said-
mention
He
them.
didn't mention them, but he said he didn't.
Spots
even-
for eyes, I think.
Yeah, like
let's
it-
see.
He said figure
It's
8.
eyes,
No, the
2
girl-
lighter spots
No,
in the middle of its head.
Okay. Two lighter
he
spots.
didn't describe a glow, but he described two lighter
Lighter
spots
spots.
in the middle of its head.
And the figure 8 I can understand if you're describing like a grown-up moose head.
Yeah.
Where like,
I can
it
also
does like that,
Yeah.
right? Which is why when you were like moose, I was like,
I was like,
for
the
that
head
second
makes
kid's
sense.
description, 100% I could see moose.
With also the
hands.
drawing of Bills, that big
Yeah,
shape
that is
also
also
does
kind
exist.
of yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think it is?
No idea. I'm very like I don't know, and
Yeah.
none of the
I don't want to find out.
current theories for me like are
Hitting home.
Nothing,
or hitting
nothing,
home.
nothing fits for me. None of the
No.
theories are.
Which means it's something weird. Yay. If there is no explanation, it has to be unknown. That's the answer.
Yeah, if it's unknown, it
It's
is
unknown.
inherently weird.
Yeah.
If we don't have an answer, it's weird.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that it could be that I'm surprised weren't. Like, again, like, someone's released monkey.
It was brought up, but it wasn't really explored in any of the research that I
Yeah.
found. Was an exotic animal, like
Yeah.
like you said about like someone had an exotic animal in the 70s and it got loose.
Which, like,
Um,
it was the 70s.
It was
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah.
People had tigers in their houses back then.
I think
People still have tigers in their houses.
I
I think a
know.
lemur was mentioned as one possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lemur. I could see a lemur. I could see a loris. They don't describe a tail, though.
Yeah, no tail.
But
I could
lorises
see-
are also, one, aren't quick.
Yeah.
Two, aren't big.
Right, I was about to say, they're not, like, these are not the right
Yeah.
size.
They're about-
they also have tails.
But
And
3.5
also they're
to 4 feet tall.
Right, lorises are like
Tiny-headed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lemurs
my
and
thing is,
stuff,
like,
they
smaller
don't
than
have
a
big
loaf of
heads.
bread.
Most of the things that are just that I could be like, oh, it could be this, is like some horrible amalgamation of like a monkey with a moose head and no tail.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, because it,
That's still terrifying.
right, like
Yeah.
it's scary, but it's like none of these things have that head. No, there is no monkey or ape.
Yep.
There's no primate with a head that shape, other than like weirdly shaped human heads, and
Yeah.
we aren't shaped that way the rest of the way. But the rest of the body does give like it's giving primate,
Yeah.
like the grippy hands, grippy feet.
Yeah.
But that head though, what is wrong with that? Chris is going to Google.
Yeah. So
I did know none of that.
Yeah, I
So
learned a lot.
That was
very
that
good.
was a cool.
awesome.
Also,
Thank
I
you,
liked your
Dramatization was very good.
Think for a moment. Put yourself in the shoes. That was good.
Thank
Good
you.
times.
I will say a big help in finding out more about the Dover Demon was Lauren Coleman. In his book Monsters of Massachusetts, the section on the Dover Demon goes a lot more in depth on reports of the 3 witnesses, his own investigation and discussion with those who know the witnesses, and his thoughts on theories, possible explanations, and other things that are weird in the Dover Demon, in the city of Dover.
Did you buy this book?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I love that.
I got it. I'm like, okay, cool. There's a bunch of other stuff too that I can look at, that I can research and.
This is a gibbon skeleton,
Oh,
which is why I was like, gibbon.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, gibbons are.
Gibbons are some of the weirdest looking primates.
that's crazy.
Their arms are significantly longer than the rest of their body.
Yeah, gibbons are freaks. I love a gibbon,
That's it
but
for
their
the-
heads are wrong.
Their heads are wrong. Their heads are not big enough.
Their heads
They
are
have-
little bitty.
They have little bitty head
They have tiny head.
Because-
Tiny head for body.
because something with that big of a head can't have a spindly body because you have to be able to hold up that head.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
takes musculature and skeleton to connect that musculature.
Right. Like, there's a reason that humans have back problems.
And at least John Baxter specifically described it, the head being similar size to the rest of the body.
Right.
Which is fucked up.
I think that it was an alien because I think everything's an alien.
I think it was something weird.
I think it was definitely something weird.
They saw something, and I believed them.
Yep.
And
I believe you.
with the 2006 interview, with it was the Boston Globe that spoke to it was Bill Bartlett years
Okay.
later.
The first guy.
Yes, he hadn't changed his story. He talks a little bit about like how like I wish honestly I probably hadn't seen it or that I did make it up because
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's haunting
Because
him.
nobody wants to have seen something that scary and go, well, that was real. I saw it with my eyeballs.
Yeah.
And now I have to live in a forever changed world knowing that thing was real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him. It's like the people, the 4 initial teens who saw Mothman, or like young adults who saw Mothman, who are like still with us and are ridiculed for it at like the Mothman festival, and it's like, that's someone's Meemaw. Leave
Yeah.
her alone.
Leave her alone.
And it's like, in 2006, this was it was in the 70s.
1977.
77. So 29 years later.
And he was a teen, so he's in his...
He was 46 at the time of the 2006 interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave that middle-aged man alone. He's haunted.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing whenever people have, like, actual haunted objects.
Right.
They're like, I want to get rid of it. I don't want it here anymore. Please, somebody fucking take it.
Right.
I believe that story over. I have a haunted doll, and it's worth $300, and you can take it from my cold, dead hands.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't believe you then.
It's like, no, I think you made that up.
Yeah.
That's everything you need to know about the Dover Demon.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for coming, Lawrence.
Thank
Thank
you,
y'all for
Lawrence.
having
Thank you, Lawrence.
This may or may not have been an excuse for him to not have to go to an SCA event this weekend. But
We're cutting it
We
out.
don't know about that.
We'll have something else next week. I don't know what it is because we're recording in a weird order. So
We'll have something fun.
I can't even
and
like
interesting.
pretend to tease what we're doing because I don't know what it is. So we'll see you
No
next
idea.
week for something else.
Thanks for listening.
This podcast is for weirdos.
Are you a weirdo?
Thursdays are for the phenomena.